Hi guys, so I'm just going to go over this, how to make this kind of marbling look on this tray. This is my newest kit tray, and it goes also with the wine glass holder and the two coasters, so you don't have to buy them all together. It's just for me. I made them as a set. Sorry, I made them as a set for myself, and I thought it looked really nice. But okay, I'm just going to do a tutorial on the tray. You would use the exact same techniques on this if you were looking for a matching pair. This also comes with gold handles. So gold handles comes with this. Whether you buy this just as the mold or you get the whole kit, the handles come with it. And so you're going to get about 20 ounces, so that would be like just over 2 cups of resin. So about 10 ounces of, so that's a cup and a little bit, 10 ounces of resin and 10 ounces of hardener. And we're going to have to mix it all up. We're going to need a big mixing container. So this comes with the kit. Now I'm only going to be doing 2 colors because I'm trying to go for the marbling look. I'm going to do a really dark sapphire blue on the bottom. Almost looks black, but it just has a little bit of blue. It's like darker than navy blue, but it's a really pretty color. I'll show you. Really glittery. I love it. Anyway, we'll be doing that. What you're going to do is you're going to put all of your resin in here. So you're going to have 4 containers. Just scoop them all. They're pre-measured. Just scoop them all into this and start stirring for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to measure mine, and I'll be right back to show you how to stir. Okay guys, so now that it's poured, you just kind of go slowly. You don't want to be stirring fast because you're going to get a lot of air bubbles. And you definitely need a torch for this one. Excuse me. So if you've bought just the mold and you would like to get a torch, that's an easy add-on. So if you go to my Etsy page, you'll see that it just shows this whole kit. But if you go under variations, you can choose which molds you want, if you need a lighter or a mini torch or not. So I'm just going to continue to stir this. I'm not going to make you watch me do this for 3 minutes. Just continue stirring and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have it all mixed together. Now I am just using 2 colors, gold and the sapphire black. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit in a cup here for my gold. So I'm not using much because it's just the marbling effect that I'm going for. So it's like, that's probably 2 ounces. Now with the blue, I'm going to add probably 3 scoops for this amount of resin. So 1, 2, 3. I really love this color. It's so pretty. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay about half of this down. And then we're just going to let it spread out. I'm going to give it a minute for all the air bubbles to come to the top. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to start my gold. So I use Pinata Gold. I like it because it leaves nice shimmers. haven't found another gold that leaves good shimmering. So with this, again, I'm doing more than I would normally use because I want to get, this is thick and I want to make sure that the shimmers stay up. So you can see it's pretty gold here. I've got a lot in there. How pretty that color is. Okay, so I'm going to start torching this. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest. Okay. There also are some other great looks aside from this marbling that I'm doing. So I'll do some videos. I'll do some, you know, some different looks. Seen some that have been clear with gold leafing in it. That looked nice. I saw one that was half white and half clear with the gold leafing in it. I also have gold leafing, so these are all things that you can do, and with my kit you can get it almost any color combination. Alright, so I'm just out of this small cup. I don't want big clunky lines, but let's just okay, and I'm just going to kind of you can see already how some of the lines that I've put on kind of shrank. Here I had to put 3 lines there just so I could have something to blow it with. Now for this you're going to need, and you see I didn't even use all the gold. There's a good ounce left in here. So it is just, you don't want to overdo it. You want to have some lines, but you don't want to cover your thing with gold. So I am going to torch it one more time and then I'm going to blow it. So you will need a hairdryer for this one, or a heating gun. I happen to have a heating gun, so that's what I'm going to be using. right. Low heat, or low intent flow here. Medium heat on my heat gun. All I'm doing is just softening the lines. I'm just pushing some blue into these lines that are too thick. I mean, they're going to sink to the blue anyway. Okay, so that's basically it. You see how simple that was? All we did was just blow out the lines a little bit. So what's going to happen is the shimmery part of the gold it stays on top. It doesn't go down with the rest of the resin. So you can kind of see it here, how the line is forming here, the line is forming here. This will probably be covered, this will probably be covered. You can see the line forming here, and this is just going to slowly sink. Now I'm really seeing the line here with the gold flecks kind of just there. This rest of this line, they will just kind of disappear as it sits. So you don't want to overwork it, because if I went back and blew out this line again, then I could just make a mess out of it. But I don't know if you can tell yet, but the glitter is really starting to show here, and here, and here, and this line here is starting. So this side, you can see already that it is changing since we first poured it. This side is a little thicker, so I might try to help it a little bit by just taking some of this plain blue. This particular. What I'm doing is kind of just shaping the lines, as you can see. Don't want to play with it too much. So this is this spot here will probably stay. Like, not the entirety of it, but there'll probably be a bigger chunk here, and that's okay, because that kind of is the point where this all kind of starts to marble. Now, because I did that, I feel like I have to soften the lines here a little bit because of this swirling thing here. So I am just going to just blow it again. And not so much the gold, but the blue. Now I'm holding it on an angle this time. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with it. I'm not really digging this part. I hope it sinks. I hope it just doesn't all lay there. Like this I'm happy with. I mean, even if this gold stayed up here, I'd be okay with it because once this dried, you would see these shimmering lines. I'm not really seeing shimmery lines here yet. I am seeing air bubbles though. So, one more torch. And I already see a hair, which I will have to take off. Now where'd it go? I don't think I got it. There it is. It's the pitfall of having two St. Bernards. I always have to be careful with my work. So I'm pretty good at spotting out the dog hairs. So I hear it's starting to get some glimmering look. And as you can see, this is kind of dissipating. I am starting to see a little bit of glimmering here and here. It's hard to see, especially on camera, the glimmer effect I'm talking about. Once it's dry and I can take it out of its mold, I'll show you with the lights how you can see the glimmer. So anyway, this concludes this portion of the video. I will be back in when I can unmold it. And then next we need to paint the sides. We're going to paint them gold. And then we'll tackle these handles. I haven't done the handles before. The other ones my husband did. But I think I will take my rotary tool and drill little holes. And then use the screwdriver. They come with screws, obviously. So that's what I will do. It's too bad that we couldn't just put these in here while it's wet and let them dry like that. Wouldn't that be cool? And then we wouldn't have to put screws at all and the bottom would be flat instead of having these little screws come out. So what I do with my molds is I put little silicone feet on it so it's the whole thing is elevated. That will come with the kit with the resin kit, not just with just the mold though. Okay, so that I'll see you back. It'll be a second for you, but for me, it'll be at least 16 hours. Okay guys, time to unmold it. This is how it, sorry, this is how it turned out. Kind of looks like a man. Kind of, I don't know. Anyway, this is how it turned out. If I was going to do it again, I'd probably try for a little bit thinner line so I wouldn't get so much of this effect. I just like better when it's thinner lines, but it is still really pretty. There's a nice glare on the gold, especially on certain sunlights where it's collected, where the metallic part has collected. I do have a little hair here that I didn't notice when it was wet, and I don't know what to do with it yet, if I'm going to sand it down and put another layer of resin on or not. Okay, so I've got to unmold this baby. Having little problems with this side here. I think the resin might have ran over a bit. Yeah, I think this mold is wrecked. I hope this doesn't happen to you. So, when you're doing your mold, what I would suggest is to add a little bit of silicone right around the edges here. Like right on the inside. Like, here, I'll take it off. I'll show you what I mean. As soon as I can get it off. Oh, crap. There. See? Completely broken. Okay. This shouldn't happen to your mat if you do what I failed to do. First off, I could have went slower and it wouldn't have ripped like this, but I was getting frustrated. What we want to do is take a little silicone, you know, the same silicone you use for doing cores, treadmill silicone. I may even include it in the kits for this. And you're going to put a little bit down here on your pad, dip your finger in it, and just run along this edge. You don't want it to go all the way down. You just want to run along this edge. Oh, where am I? Oh, there it is. And you just want to run around the edge until it feels like you can feel when it's all the way around. And that will prevent this. I have done this many times with the oil and it always comes out flawlessly. And this time I didn't do it. So that's my fault. The tray itself has a little bit of the silicone still stuck in, and what happens is sometimes the resin goes over the silicone a little bit, or the resin maybe has, or the silicone maybe wasn't washed well enough, or something like that. So anyway, that's what happened here. So I'm going to continue taping this because, you know, every error I make is a learning experience, so I'm going to share that with you. So the next thing we're going to do with this is I'm not going to do it because I have to sand these edges off. But what we would do, in the kits I provide paintbrushes and paint, we would paint this gold. Since I use gold here, we would use gold around here. And since all my handles are currently gold, though at some point I will get silver, I, you know, will continue to suggest using gold in your tray. This video is for both of the molds, because you would do these exactly the same as you would make this mold if you're following this kind of design. There's tons of videos on different ways to do these trays. You know, search the YouTube, and you know, if this isn't the look you want to have, I've seen some where it's been half and half, so half will be white with a little bit of marbling and the other half will be clear with flecks of gold leaf in there. I think that's really pretty too. But this is, you know, I can't make, you know, maybe I can make a video of all those different techniques. Maybe I'll work on that. But for right now, this is what I have. And for putting in the screws, I wish there was a way that we could just sink them in while the mold was still wet, that they wouldn't fall over. I wish there was a way to do that. Someday I might try to figure that out. Anyway, for right now, it's, I don't want to open these because this goes with a tray set that I'm selling, because I already used my only gold handles. So this is, you need screws, a Phillips screwdriver. I would suggest marking where you want to put it. Try to get it level on the same sides. And then a little drill, like a Dremel or a small screw drill. You just drill the little holes. And then there's screws, so you just put this on, and then from the bottom drill up the screws. So I'm sorry I can't show you that. The next time I order molds, I will order more handles than I currently have now, and I will be able to show that next time. So I'm sorry this video isn't exactly what I wanted to have for you. I wanted to do the whole thing top to bottom, but my kits and my molds are selling very fast, and I only have a small supply left, so I don't want to use these up when I could give them to somebody who's waiting for a tray. So that's this. Any questions or comments, please leave them. And, oh, if you want to see the gold paint we'll be using, it's this brand. I like it. It matches good with the handles. It looks kind of, I don't know. I like this paint on, and you're going to do, so it's not really going to stick to the resin very well. Two options. You can just lightly sand the edges. Just very lightly, because you don't want it to be really rough, but lightly sand the edges and then paint it. And it's going to need a second coat that way. Or you can just paint it as is and you'll have to do 3 coats because it'll eventually layer up enough. I've done both, so my preferred method is just to really lightly sand it with a little fine grit sandpaper, and then the paint has something to stick to. Because paint, even on the side, even if you do it 3 times over, something like alcohol, and if you're serving like a drink on here, something like alcohol can get it off the resin. So yeah, so if you need to clean your resin, make your tray, you can just spritz it with just alcohol, like the rubbing alcohol, wipe it down, even Windex. If you get scratches on it, that's easy to fix too. You don't have to recover it with resin. You just got to get some car polish, some decent brand car polish, and just polish it on. It will fill any kind of cracks. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. I can't think of anything. So I will do this again in a different format and try to go have enough handles. Maybe I'll go get some handles. Anyway, that's it. And please like my Facebook page, The Art of the Pour. You can find all my products on www.theartofthepour.ca. It's not .com, it's .ca, since I'm in Canada. So, you know, find me there. Also on my Etsy store, The Art of the Pour, of course, on no spaces. I mean, no spaces, sorry. So, yeah, and subscribe to my channel. And, you know, I don't have much videos up now, but I am working on them, and we'll have a bigger selection coming soon. Okay, so thank you for joining me.